In 10.4, I can compare populations. Okay, so we're going to talk about the box plot and line plots in class, but let's talk about how to compare populations. So down here at the bottom of this first page, it says when comparing double box plots or double line plots, if both are symmetrical, use the mean to describe the center and the mean absolute deviation to describe the spread. If one or both are asymmetrical, use the median and interquartile range. So this chart below shows the amount of money that 7th and 8th grade classes raised. Compare the two box plots. Neither of these are symmetrical. So that means we want to use the median to describe the center and the interquartile range to describe the spread. The nice thing about a box plot is the median and interquartile range are really easily identified. The median is going to be this middle line right here. So the median amount of money raised for 8th graders is $20. And the median for 7th graders is $35. And the reason we want to use the median instead of the mean is, like we learned last time, the outliers have a strong effect on them. Since these could have outliers because the data is not symmetric, that won't affect the median. It will only affect the mean. So if we use the median, we still have an accurate representation of our data. So the center of the data for the 8th graders is around $20. The center of our data for the 9th graders is around $35. And then to describe the spread, we'll use the interquartile range. Interquartile range is quartile 3 minus quartile 1. So for 8th graders, quartile 3 is about $25, minus quartile 1 is about $15. So their interquartile range is about $10. And for 7th grade, it's $40, and quartile 1 is $25. That's about a $50 range. So the 7th grade data is more spread out and has a higher center than the 8th grade data. These questions say, are the two graphs symmetrical or asymmetrical? They're asymmetrical. Which center should I use? We're going to use the median. And what could I say about the spread? And if we go back to our graphs, we can say that the 7th grade data was more spread out. Example 3 says a double box plot, or a double dot plot, shows the daily number of these sold at two different places using a 2-week period. Compare the centers and variations of the two populations. Write an inference you can draw about the two populations. So these are both not symmetric. So if they're not symmetric, we want to use the median and the interquartile range again to describe this. Median to describe the center and interquartile range to describe the spread. So it'll be easier if I write out all the data values. So for smoothies galore, I have one value at 50, one dot at 50, two dots at 55, one dot at 60, one at 65, three at 70, two at 75, one at 80, one at 85, and then 2 at 90. So to find the median, I'll find the center. And then we take the average of those two. The average of 70 and 70 is going to be 70. So the median for this one is 70. To find quartile 3, I find the median of the data higher than the median. So I would take the median of these ones. And again, I'd have to find the average between those two. So I do 75 plus 80 divided by 2. I did that wrong. 75 plus 80 divided by 2 is 77.5. So quartile 3, 77.5. Quartile 1 would be the median of this data down here. 60 plus 65 divided by t. 62.5. So to find the interquartile range, or the IQR, I would do 77.5 minus 62.5, which is 15. Okay, we do the same thing for sunshine smoothies. So I have two 55s. First, I'll just write out all the data. 3 60s, 3 65s, 3 70s, 2 75s, and an 80. And then we'll have to find the median, to find the center. Cross them off from each side until we get to the middle. I have 2 in the center, the average of 65 and 65. So the median is 65 for this one. And then quartile 3, we'd find the median of the data higher than the median. So 70 is quartile 3. Quartile 1 is 60. 70 minus 60 is 10. So the interquartile range is 10. So what we can see from this data is Smoothies Galore has a higher center for the data. The median 70. It's also more spread out than Sunshine Smoothies because the interquartile range is 15, where here the interquartile range is only 10. So compare the two populations. I would say Smoothies Galore has a higher center and is more spread out. We're not going to do the next question because it's supposed to have a box plot and it doesn't. And then again, we'll talk more in class about how to make the box and box plots and how to find the mean absolute deviation. But for the question I want you to submit with this video is just if the data is symmetric, we want to use the mean for the center and the mean absolute deviation for the spread. If it's asymmetrical, what should we use for the center and what should we use for the spread?